Matthew chapter 12 verse 41 to 42. The men of Nineveh will stand up at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and now one greater than Jonah is here. That's Jesus. The queen of the south will rise at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to listen to Solomon's wisdom, and now one greater than Solomon is here. Meaning Jesus Christ. And then Jesus' own words. And the queen of the south will rise in the judgment. Well, that we are living in a period of judgment. We're living in the period of the book of Revelation, and I believe Jesus will return to this earth in about 30 years' time, and he'll come in the form of the Rapture, the second coming of Christ. And when he returns, the dead in Christ will rise first, and then those who are living will go next. After that will come judgment of Satan's 666 people. And from years of research and analysis, I think that the people who will go to heaven, well, generally speaking, about 95% of the world's children will go to heaven. About 90% of the world's women will go to heaven, and about 50% of the world's men will go to heaven. That's on account of all the power structures throughout the world. And if you look at the cause of evil, satanic, violent crimes, for example, most of those that fall are men. The parliaments are full of men, the judiciaries are full of men, government, political and government men, in my view, are satanic. And in particular, they won't go to heaven because of the physical and sexual violence against women and children for 2,000 years. If you look at since the time of Jesus Christ, Jesus was a great liberator of women, and political and government men and other men have basically, I make a distinction between good men and satanic men in this world. And about 50% of the men will go to heaven, and 50% are evil, violent, satanic men and are never to be trusted. And that's because of the sin of 2,000 years of, mostly through abuse of power. They failed to share equal political power with women, and it's deliberate. They deliberately do that so that they can continue to kill, rape and pedophile women and children and engage economic corruption. So the judgment's already been made. It's over for them. And the only way this world will change for the better is if women fill our parliaments and government positions. In fact, throughout the world it should be about 70% of the politicians should be women and about 30% men to make up for their evil, violent, satanic crimes against women and children throughout history. And in fact, this world has never ever been safe for women and children, and it never will be unless women have power, have a lot more political and government and economic and social power. And that's what is required for this world to change, because logically, if the male gender is going to dominate the world's parliaments for 2,000 years, just looking at since the time of Christ, notwithstanding before that their evil, satanic, violent crimes, if they're going to fill the world's parliaments and judiciaries and government positions and major positions in all spheres of life, then they will take the guilt and the blame for all the evil in the world, logically. So the only way this world will change for the better is if men leave the parliaments and judiciary and government positions. In my view, not morally fit to be politicians, not morally fit to be police, not morally fit to work in the defence force because of the rape against women. Not morally fit to be prison officers. If you look at Ray Sadley, did a documentary, Channel 9, 2 years ago, called Insider, where women testified that they've been raped in Australian prisons, which is absolutely horrific. The men who've done that should get the death penalty. And just really evil, violent, satanic men in our world who engage physical and sexual violence against women and children will be are condemned to hell. And that's God's justice. That's what God's justice is about, at the judgment, that they will get what they deserve. That they continue to perpetuate these physical and sexual violence against women and children throughout the world, but they won't get away with it in the end. They will be condemned to hell. And in the future, it'll be obvious who these satanic men are, because they'll be wearing a 666 mark on their right hand or their forehead, and that will be their certification that they've given their soul to Satan. All humans who do that. There'll be women who do that as well, but it's mostly the men who are satanic in this world because of the power structures